What a piece of shit. Where do we begin?
When I was a child in India, growing up in the tiny village of Haran Makista, I found a voiceover machine, which I still use to this day.
Oh, hi.
For the past couple reviews, we've talked about movies that we actually enjoy watching or that could pass as good movies to a general audience. Today is not one of those days. We reviewed The Love Guru.
They call him the Love Guru.
Yeah, a Mike Myers vehicle coming off of Austin Powers, which I like, which we both like.
Yeah, those are great. Those are great comedy films.
Love Guru, don't like. It's horribly cheap, not funny.
Give me a pound. Lock it down. Break the pickle. Tickle, tickle.
Super repetitive.
I speak of intimacy, or into me I see. Is intimacy, or into me I see.
Repetitive, awful jokes.
I'm regressing you. Someone's in here. Someone's in here.
It's what I expected. I didn't expect it to be good. We watched it because we assumed it was bad. I mean, you look at the poster and I remember the trailers when it came out.
Yeah.
Had you seen it before?
I'd seen it a while ago, back near when it first came out. I just remember it being universally panned at that time. Mike Myers, to me, is someone who kind of burned out quickly in the comedy sphere, where he had that run of movies from Wayne's World up through Austin Powers, but after that, he sort of fell off. And this movie is one of the reasons why that fall off kind of happened. Budget was $60 million, revenue came in around $20 million under that. Not a lot of people were a fan of it.
And it does not look like a $60 million movie. It looks like a cheap, just...
They spent all their money on elephants and choreographed scenes.
And cameos. See, there's a lot of cameos. What they did to poor Ben Kingsley, shameful.
In a lot of cases, it's a pretty offensive movie as well. Has not aged well. Was not even received that well at the time in some areas, just for its depiction of Hinduism and things like that. But it just wasn't funny. It tried satire, but it didn't get satire.
And it's not even. It doesn't even go so far in the opposite direction where it's bad enough to be entertaining. It's just not. It's not even that. It's just a bad movie. But it is interesting. Looking at it in the context of Mike Myers' career.
Exactly.
Because it does have a lot of Austin Powers, a lot of makeup, a lot of bits, rather than jokes that are based on the story.
Such a generous benefactor, we are establishing the Mariska Hargitay Special Victims Unit.
Yeah. They're just jokes that are in the moment. Think Family Guy, but even Family Guy makes me laugh.
Well, don't take it too hard. You're not the first person to get fired.
Look, Louis, the French people really want to thank you for your services as king, but it's just not working out, and we've decided to go another way. So
our main character in this is the Guru Pitka, played by Mike Myers. He keeps the similar swagger that Austin Powers does, where he's a sort of ladies' man. He's a smooth talker to some people, and for some reason he tends to be well-liked, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe it's hard to say what the public thinks of this guy. He's written a lot of books with horribly unfunny titles.
Well, in my book, I know you are, but what am I?
We're told that he's number 2 to Deepak Chopra maybe 17 times.
Oh, don't tell me it's another article about Deepak Chopra being number 1 and me being number 2. I'm the next Deepak Chopra!
Do you want to be the next Deepak Chopra or not?
You're like the poor man's Deepak Chopra.
Game over.
One person who really got the short end of the straw in this movie was Jessica Alba.
Oh, poor Jessica Alba. This is one of those movies where
nothing goes right. Yes.
It's embarrassing to watch it with another person.
It was one of the longest 90-minute periods.
Oh, Vern Troyer's in this movie, right off of Austin Powers as well.
Yep.
A lot of jokes about his condition.
There are a lot of talent that's just not used correctly. They definitely had a pipeline of comedians. You have a little miniature cameo from people like Daniel Tosh. They pop in for a second here.
Yeah.
John Oliver has a pretty decent role.
Yep. And
Stephen Colbert.
And Colbert, yeah.
And Jim Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan.
Yep.
Well, let's talk about the really thin story here. The premise that is barely there. It's just trying to keep a movie together like Elmer's glue.
Yeah. Which is the difference between this and Austin Powers.
Yeah. Austin Powers is funny because of the situations they're in.
Mm-hmm. If you'll excuse me, there's someone I have to get in touch with and forgive. Myself. Oh, God.
He opens up with the track 9 to 5, which doesn't make any sense.
What?
But
it doesn't make any sense at all. He's a 9 to 5. Like he's not working in an office job. He doesn't have a boss. He's a guru.
And it appears he only
Why
works
does it
a couple
open
hours
with
a day.
9 to 5? Bullshit.
You don't want to root for him. He wears a chastity belt. It's weird.
Well, I mean, there was one time in college.
Really?
What was that?
I didn't hear anything.
I always wondered about, this is kind of an off tangent, like chastity belts. Like, how do you piss and stuff? Were they not real? Were they?
I think they were like back in like medieval times. Like they
Was it
were
like a
thing,
slot?
But it was like a punishment.
How did you piss? So you couldn't piss?
We just don't like this
It's
character.
not
We don't
funny.
want the character to succeed.
He's trying to get this hockey player back together with his ex-wife.
Roanoke, played by Romani Malco, and now she is with somebody else.
Justin Timberlake playing a Quebecois. There's a lot of racial.
Yeah.
And that's just one of them.
Yeah. Who honestly is provides a little bit of comic relief, or tries to, but it's weird. They make him a caricature. The Celine Dion parts are really hard to watch. The accent's bad too.
Someone ordered a special Quebec pizza, you know, like in the porno.
The pillow thing was like I dislike Paul Blart's segue. Paul Blart's segue is like a 4 out of 10 on the modes of transportation. That goddamn rolling pillow that he just kept on sprawling out on was a 2 out of 10 at the most.
It was kind of funny when he backed up. It was. What have we done? Where are we now? What a nightmare this is. I'll tell you what a movie with a real story would do with this shitty premise. He's trying to get this couple back together. If it was done in a way where the guru clearly knows that these two people are not compatible. Like, he knows, because he knows this shit. But he's going to try to get them together anyway. But this movie wouldn't do that. This movie's not, it's not smart. It goes for the bare minimum.
Depends.
Depends on what?
No, you might want to pick up some Depends. I may have twisted my thumb. Yeah, check for coins.
Even jokes where you think you can see the punchline, it does something worse.
Very well. I'll have your nuts in a sling. Cough. Reject this man.
I don't know how many times we saw a dick joke, not just spoken, but diagrams for us.
Do you like your nuts to be crushed?
Doesn't everyone?
Yes, he has a ginormous hog.
Well, to be more accurate, the joke was in Rajneesh's hands.
What's your capital of Thailand?
Bangkok?
Exactly.
Your manager, Richard Pants, is here.
Dick Pants. Is this a dog's tingy? Now we get the nuts nice and hot so they tighten up and get firm. Looks like he's smuggling a schnauzer.
80% dick jokes.
80% dick jokes, 10% shit jokes, and then maybe cut up 5% him
Racist
making fun
jokes.
of, and then the other 5% is the racial content. It's just not great. Every time he would tell a bad joke, he would look at the camera. And then Jessica Alba had like these timed laughs.
Rajneesh, I'd like an alligator soup and make it snappy. Because alligators are snappy, and at the same time, I want it prompt. Here it is. There's your soup. Watch out. This is dangerous. Bob-em. Bob-em, bob-em, bob-em.
It was supposed to be charming for Jessica Alba.
Exactly.
She was supposed to think it was funny.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Wait, so the people in this movie, the outside characters are supposed to think this is funny?
Oh, I think I made a happy wee-wee. Yeah.
The song pieces.
there are songs in the movie that make me never want to hear them again. The real versions. They end it with, is it called Midnight Joker? Is that the name of
Just
the
the
song?
Joker, I think. Steve Miller
Just the
Band.
Joker?
The Joker, yeah.
Great song, but I don't think I could ever listen to it again. I think it was ruined for me.
I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker.
Yeah, there was a weird choreographed sequence. It's just not good. Just offensive and weird. It looks like they even brought a couple elephants in for that one. Just wasn't great.
Those poor elephants too.
They earn their
I feel
paychecks.
bad for so many. I was gonna say people, but things in this.
Yeah. I mean, Kanye West even makes an appearance during the climax of the film. I hated this movie. I really hate this movie.
It's uncomfortable.
Well, what do we have for time, Tyler?
Probably going for like 15 minutes.
Right. We might have fucked ourselves.
Yeah, when Damon's like, we're doing the Love Guru, I'm like, I'm not fucking watching that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I can't do this again. What was your least favorite scene of the movie?
Probably the scene where he's giving a presentation. It's just 5 minutes of puns.
Initiative Organization, or EIEIO. Guru Pitka had a farm. EIEIO.
And none of them are funny.
I didn't like the mop piss scene.
It is called
Distracted!
The things they think are working have just missed so far that they aren't even connecting with the audience. So the further you get into it, it's like you're in a quicksand full of shitty jokes and things that make no sense and bad puns. And by the end of it, you're just drowning in it, and it feels agonizing to finish the movie.
I think about this kind of thing sometimes. Like this is in the world. This is somebody's favorite movie. You ever think about stuff like that?
Rotten Tomatoes, clean 14%, right? That may be a little high. You know what percent of Google users liked this movie?
What?
71.
71% liked it. There's a scene where two elephants fuck in the middle of an ice arena. So that's.
That was
and
like
it's not like it's off screen. You see their reactions and you hear like elephant noise. No, you see two elephants humping each other. So that was kind of cool. I've not seen it before. I didn't even know how.
That's for the best that you haven't. We have to have a talk.
Like I don't want to look at the Love Guru again. He
No.
annoys me. Makes me angry.
It just should have been funnier, because like Mike Myers is a funny guy.
9 to 5. Is that old ass movie with the ladies that were like working at a
Working
salon or
9 to 5.
What
was
we
the-
make a living?
Yeah.
The movie opens with that.
And he's just riding on
Makes no
elephant.
sense. Yeah, it's shit.
Let me answer it this way.